Hello.
Hi.
So, Eddie Young said, when I say hello, the nervousness would go. Well, it's still there. So, it's my first time speaking at a public event and at Oscar. So, it's also my first time at Oscar.
You don't need to qualify or explain their talk. So beyond past tense. So just name.
So, we're going to be talking about breaking into product management with open source. So, a little bit about myself. I'm an open source contributor at Layer 5 and I also contribute at OpenUnited also. I served as an associate product manager at Code Inclusive and I'm also a visual designer. I think there's a current conversation around product management being had on Twitter recently. And many people still think it's relatively easy because their journeys are different. And we understand that. But the truth is that the road to becoming a product manager can often be long and unpredictable. I don't know if anyone agrees with me.
Yes.
And if we look at it, a lot of persons are beginning to think product management is quite easy compared to developing, coding, and designing screens. Is that correct? And if we also look at it, if you're trying to apply for roles, what do they tell you? 2 to 3 years experience. Where do you get that from? And then there's this scenario. You need experience to get this job. I'm applying to get experience. It's a go get a job so you can get experience. That's why I'm applying here now. They say you cannot work here if you don't have experience. So it's quite funny, but it brings a lot of people down. And so many people have sent in several applications, over 1,000 applications, just to apply for entry-level product management roles. And so there are several ways many people try to break into product management. And I think many of us know these 4 ways. Internal transition at a large company. Many people transition internally at their company from their present role. And how do they do that? They must have shown that they have certain skills that can help the company, help them transition into that role. And there must be a manager who must speak for you, who must advocate for you that this person is actually fit to take this role and can also learn on the job. People also transition by joining a large company as junior PMs. And we know this also. However, these companies, for them to take you as junior PMs, they need to have associate product management programs or internship programs where you can get to learn on the job as you move. People also join startups with burning need. And at startups, you need to have this burning desire. You need to connect with startup founders so that they can put you up. They need to see this hustle that you really can deliver if you're put on that task. People also start their side projects, which sometimes become their own company. And they end up becoming the product managers on that company, not necessarily the CEO. And so, a very experienced product manager stated in one of our articles that the main way product managers are brought up is through on-the-job experience. Do we agree with this? Can you learn product management on your own without the experience? No. And another very experienced product manager on open source product said that few people are taking advantage of what is possibly the most underutilized part to practical product management experience. What is that part? Open source. Why do people get entry-level roles? Or why are they APM programs or internship programs for product managers? The essence of getting an entry-level product management role is to actually introduce you to the discipline of product management, get you to understand what it actually means to be a product manager, and build up your confidence as you build with the team. At the same time, you're expected to deliver value. You're not just there to learn, but to also deliver value as you move. Now, I want to believe that a lot of product managers here actually agree with me that these are like about 6 of the core product management activities. The product vision, strategy, discovery of problems and validation, problem prioritization, deliveries, solution delivery and validation, and then execution. However, In between all of this, or under all of this, we have other tactical product management activities. Now the question is, how much of the product management discipline is the responsibility of a first-time product manager? Many product managers believe, entry-level product managers or first-time product managers, believe that they do not have business with the product vision. Yes, an entry-level product manager cannot set the vision for a product. However, all of these disciplines is part of the work a product manager, an entry-level product manager needs to be involved in. But how? In smaller and less risky quantities. So that way it can learn fast and also contribute value to the team. And an open source product can use a lot of these product management tools and skills of a product manager, such as strategy, user research, linking the strategy to work that needs to be done, and general decision facilitation. Under strategy, you get to ask certain questions like, how does this solve a key problem for the people we are building for? And under research, how are people using this product? And what does it solve for them? So these skills, among many others, are what an open source project or product can actually use. But when breaking into product management in open source, if you try to bring in your skill and say, okay, I have taken several courses from Coursera, taken courses from Udemy, I've gotten entry-level product management course certification, and you say you want to start working on an open source project directly with those skills, it will be quite difficult because open source projects are actually different. However, for you to be able to contribute well to an open source project as a product manager who is just getting into the space, you need to express your skills as questions. Questions such as, what problem is being explored? What opportunity is being explored? How is this solution, this project, being framed to tackle this problem? Who are people using this product? This is our solution. How are they getting to know about it? How are they getting to use it? What is their experience so far? How are they learning about it? Are there people who want to contribute on this project? How are they getting them involved in contributing on this project? Do these projects have accessibility requirements? Do we understand them and are we meeting them? So when you list out certain questions after looking at the project, then you can pick the ones that resonate with the team after discussing with them, and then they can now become priorities which the team or the community will explore. Now, after looking at this large number of questions, after looking at the project, then you can use these questions, map them out into your tools which you use, such as Lean Canvas, the value proposition canvas, your user persona, customer journey maps, and several tools that are relevant to that particular problem you're trying to solve. And at that point, you can pay attention to the experience of the users also. How would it feel when you have gone through this process and this actually helps you to build experience and you can put it in your portfolio to present to a recruiter? Would that not go a long way to present you well? So I joined OpenUnited and I was invited by a senior product manager at Miro to contribute to the product. It's actually a very new platform that has lots of products where people can actually contribute to. And because it is new, the vision of this product is to actually create a platform where people with several skills such as developers, designers, and product managers can come in and build their skill using this platform. Because there you get to see open products where you can contribute to based on your level and your experience so far. So how do you find open source projects to contribute to as a product manager who is just getting into this space? There are open source product manager communities such as Mind the Product, we have Product School, and we have several other ones. Product managers know their communities. So when you get into your communities, ask specific questions. If you're willing to contribute to open source projects, ask questions such as, are there open source projects that you can contribute to as a new product manager who has so skills, or this skill or that skill? I'm sure they'll be very willing to help. There are also product managers working at larger open source communities. companies such as GitLab, Mozilla, and the rest. We can reach out to them, ask them where and areas you can contribute as a product manager. And we also have open source advocates and developer relation strategies, developer engineers, developer relation engineers who are working at open source companies. I'm sure they will have very good open source projects or refer you to open source projects who might need your help. We also have open source companies at our own angel list, and we have product owns. Product managers know product owns. There you can find open source products where you can also contribute to. And also local meetups and open source conferences like this can also help you. So while starting out in open source, I read Ruth's article, and she gave nice tips on how to start as an open source product, as an open source beginner. One thing is to do your research on the project, do your research on the community and the organization before joining the community. And when you do, ask clear questions. And when you finally decide to join the community, try to be active by introducing yourself and stating areas where you can contribute. Everything you contribute to an open source project becomes a powerful record of your development as a product manager. Thank you.